Hello. The purpose of this screencast is just to quickly run through Module 2 of EDSC 591. So I'm going to scroll. You should be seeing our course website on Tortanium, and I'm going to scroll down to Module 2. In Module 2, we're centered on the core proposition that teachers know the subjects they teach and how to teach those subjects to students. Our core signature assignment is the collaborative standards concept map with personal reflection. In this module, we will individually chart connections between the National Board core propositions, individual subject, age, National Board standards, and California standards for teaching practice. We will create a collaborative concept map working in subject groups, and attempting to make thematic connections to appropriate state content standards. And then we will take the collaborative concept map and connect it to our personal practice through an individual reflection. So the first thing you need to do in this module is check out we're going to be working in subject groups. So the first thing is to check out your group. And you do that by clicking the link here, which should bring up basically our class roster. This is the Google sheet that you filled out in Module 1, and I have now assigned subject groups to individual people so that we have groups that range from 2 people to 5 people. If any of you are uncomfortable with the groupings, you're in a small group and would prefer a large group, or you're in a large group and would prefer a small group, or you had 2 subjects and I put you in this case, science, and you prefer to be in math, you just need to send me an email and I can adjust the groupings. This is just my first attempt at trying to get you in similar subject groupings. So back to our core site. And now you're watching, hopefully, this Module 2 screencast. In our first week, we will be reading what teachers know and should be able to do about the Proposition 2. And we will, this first week in Module 2, read a seminal article by Schulman, and I'll get more to that in a minute. So you'll be watching the screencast. You will be completing your peer review that on a classmate's teaching philosophy statement that was turned in at the end of Module 1. And then we have a pedagogical content knowledge forum with responses due Friday and then Sunday. And you have a personalized teaching standards chart due at the end of this week. So let's take a look at that. Week 3, which is the first week in Module 2. Module 2 is another 2-week module. The pedagogical content knowledge forum will be broken into subject groups. And so you'll be having a forum with the members of your group. And then you'll individually take a shot at mapping some of the standards in a chart that I provide. That's followed by week 4, in which we start out on Tuesday with subject-specific group discussions. And what I mean is I'm going to have from 5 to about 6:30, I will be online in our Zoom website. And what I'm hoping that the groups of social studies, English, and world languages can join me from 5 to 5:30. and that the groups of science and math and music and art, the arts, can join me at 5:45. That way I can work with half the class of the group members and sort of see where you're at on the assignment that's due at the end of this module. And if you need some help getting started or facilitation on your group concept map. Because the second week in module 2, you're working in your subject group to build a concept map, a standards concept map. And what I'm hoping is that you can have your first drafts of your standards concept maps done and posted by that Friday of that second week, so that, and you post it in this group concepts maps database, and all you do is have one person in your group goes in there, names the group, and puts the URL in, so that the whole class can share the different concept maps that are being built. And then you take your personal concept map, you take your group's concept map, and you write a reflection about it. And what you do is make sure you include the URL in this personal reflection, so that by reading your reflection, I can get to your group's concept map. And that, in a nutshell, is module 2. I am hoping that you will provide module 2 feedback. I'm hoping that you did it in module 1 and that you did it in module 2. Like all our feedbacks, it's totally anonymous. I can't tell who writes and checks what boxes, but it helps me modify and keep the course going smoothly for us all. The other thing you should know is that the synchronous discussion at the beginning of the second week in module 2 is optional. It's just a way of me offering up some help to each of the subject groups, and that's what I'm hoping, because this is the first time you're trying to do collaborative work online, and I have found that pulling people together synchronously sometimes helps. But you won't be penalized if you can't make that meeting. And if for any reason your group just really can't make that day or time, if you just send me an email, I'm glad to put together a meeting with your group at some other time or day of the week. And if a large number of you really can't make Tuesday from 5 to 6:30, just send me an email if you personally can't make it. I often find that I have to offer an optional meeting on Wednesday, which I have no problem doing. It's just that I'm trying to synchronize the groups together. So, I mean, if your whole group wants to meet on Wednesday, that's fine too. So hopefully by the beginning of the second week, you've gotten together with your groups, you've begun to talk about the assignment and how you want to proceed. And this is just a chance for us to iron out any kinks in the collaborative online work. With that, I'm looking forward to it. This is always a fun module that goes by really pretty quickly. I get to talk to you all at one point or another in it. If there's any questions that arise out of any of this, as you take a look at module 2, please just email me. Remember that I have office hours from 5 to 6 every Thursday. I'm sitting in on our link, which you can get to. If you scroll up, I put it right in the instructor information. You can just click that and you're taken to our EDS 591 meeting room where we do all our meetings. So that's it for module 2. Have a great time.